Hey folks, how are we doing? Brendan here from Bluelight, doing another Facebook Live, a police recruitment one. Not in my office, but walking the doggy. There she is. Hang on, where is she? There she is. Summer! Nah, she's found something to snuffle around at. So here we are in one of my favourite little places, Hobmore in York. Well, Little Hobmore actually, Little Hobmore. One of my favourite places to walk the doggy. Starting to rain as well, not a great day. Anyway, I thought I'd go live. I know it's a Sunday, I know it's kind of lunchtime, but I thought I'd go live because there's a lot of chitter chatter in the Bluelight Facebook group. If you're not a member of that, by the way, there's let's see now, there's almost 18,000 members of that group, all sort of supporting each other and helping each other in the police recruitment process. So it's something you can look up in groups and just ask to join and tell me what force you're looking to join, just so I know that you're not some spammer. And I'll probably check your profile as well, just to make sure you're not some spammer. I do get a lot of people trying to spam their way into the group, and I do my very best to make sure the people who are in there are legitimate. So anyway, lots of conversations in there today and yesterday about the questions I was asked at my interview weren't the ones I was expecting, and my answer didn't fit. So my message is, stop focusing on your competencies. The amount of times I see advice in the group where people say, you know, has anyone got advice for my interview? Yeah, learn your competencies. No, just stop doing that. Just stop it now. It's not going to help you. Why is it not going to help you? Because one, it'll confuse you. Because, I mean, I've got a master's in education where I focused on personnel evaluation systems, and I don't understand much of it. It's written in sort of real HR gobbledygook, and then there's that wheel of confusion. I mean, who understands that? Who understands all this concept of clusters and competencies? And the competencies are in clusters, they're at 3 different levels, but values aren't at, there's no levels for values. What? All really, really confusing. Anyway, so I'm going to give you an example of why you shouldn't focus on your competencies. So if we look at innovative and open-minded, that's one of the competency areas you're going to be assessed against in the online assessment centre, and it's the sort of competency area you'd be assessed against in a force interview as well. And so a lot of you are expecting a question which is, can you tell me about a time when you've been innovative or been open-minded to change? And that's, you know, they're not exactly going to ask a question about innovation, because, you know, innovation, really? You know, innovation is the sort of thing that Elon Musk does. There's some police officers who are innovating, doing different stuff, but most stuff that's done in the police is not innovation. But it's about managing change, and it's about coping with change. So you might well get asked a question which is about, can you tell me about a time when you've adapted to change? Or can you tell me about a time when you've supported other people to adapt to change? Or if it was about adapting to change, I'd bring in how I've supported other people and acted as a role model. Equally, you could be asked the question, can you tell me about a time when you've done something that didn't work out and you've had to learn from that experience? See, completely different, aren't they? Completely different answers. But that's a legitimate part of being the competency of innovative and open-minded, because part of the behaviours in there is about learning from experience. So it's quite legitimate for you to be asked that question. So if you've lined up your whole answer for innovative and open-minded based on that, you're going to come a cropper, aren't you? Because suddenly they're asking you a question about a time when you've learned from your experience or something didn't go to plan. You see what I mean? This is why we don't learn our competencies, because it's your ability to be able to answer questions in a structured and detailed way that's important, not to try and work out what the competency or value is. I'll give you another example in a moment. I'll just do some shout outs first though, because quite a few of you have joined and quite a few of you have made comments as well. So Adela, you're an awesome example of being flexible and doing exactly what I believe you should do, which is have several examples of things you've done in your life where you've made difficult decisions, where you've encountered obstacles, where you worked with other people, where you've supported other people, where you've had to change the style of your communication to meet the needs of other people, when you've had to do the right thing even though you didn't have to. You know, if you've got examples of things like that in your life, then you can adapt them for the interview question. But you've just got to, almost got my head then, but you've got to answer the question in a detailed and structured way. And so many of you aren't doing that, but that's subject of another Facebook Live and another video. Anyway, Adela, well done, because you're starting soon. Actually, you might have started. I'm still waiting for that invite to the passing out parade. Mehmet, good morning, good afternoon to you, Fallon, Richard, Katrina. Dominic is saying, let's see what he's saying. I'm doing a university doing BA criminology with police studies. Want to do a placement, but not sure if to do it for York Minster Police or I can't read the rest. Or count something. York Minster Police. Now, seeing as we're in York, this is York. We're only about a mile away from the city walls, actually, less than a mile away from the city walls. I wouldn't do a placement at York Minster Police, although I think they're awesome, but you're not going to get a huge amount of experience with them. So, especially in terms of things like criminology, nah, you know, might be interesting, but as a placement, no, I'd do it somewhere else if you could, Dominic. So Jamie, Kate, Marie, Tasmin, Alison, God, so many of you are watching, brilliant. If you're liking or loving what I'm talking about, please do press the like or love. Let me know, give me some of that kudos. Let me know in the comments. Why is that important, by the way? Because it's important because Facebook, if you interact with this Facebook Live, then Facebook thinks it's interesting and it will send it to other people. So other people can get that sort of message, which was awesome. Adela's saying, started on the 15th of November, yay, at a station 2 weeks ago, passing out parade 25th of March. Wow, spring. I will invite you. Adela, that's awesome. I will attend. If I can, I will attend. As in, I'm not abroad or anything like that. So that'd be awesome. So please do interact, folks. Let me know via comments. If you comment away, like or love, subscribe or whatever. Subscribe, you don't do that on Facebook, do you? You like it? I can't remember. Anyway, right, so here's another example of where people go wrong in the whole competency and values, learn your competencies, learn your values thing. So I'm just gonna have to focus on the doggy, because the doggy's focused on some other doggy over there. Summer, come on Summer, over here, treaties, treaties, look at this. Just have to mention treaties. There she is, there's the doggy, there. Do you want treaties, Summer? Do you want treaties? Good girl. She came back to me, so good girl. All right, I'm going to get back to that other example and hang around because this one's awesome. Do you want to see? This is what a well-trained dog looks like. There we go. Summer, sit. Leave it. Leave it. Take it. Good girl, good girl. She's still got character, but you know, those of you who got dogs, comment, say something about Summer. Is she cute? Is she awesome? Oh, she's got a stick now. There we go. All right, back into the Glen, my little favourite place, my happy place. Okay, so what else to talk to you about? Here's a great example of about decision making. So people often think that they need to have an analyse critically or a transparency question or an impartiality question. So if they're asked any questions, and this is especially for those of you who are serving officers, if you're asked any questions about decision making, so let me give you this one. Can you tell me about a time when you've had to make a difficult decision that relied on you gathering information from a variety of different sources and where others may not have agreed with you? What about that as a question? So what competency or value is that from? Hey, tap away in the comments. Tell me which competency or value that one is from. I'll repeat it again. Can you tell me about a time when you've had to make a difficult decision, where you've had to gather information from a variety of sources in order to make that decision, and where other people may not have agreed with you, or where you've had to account for that decision to others? Go on then, what competency or value is that one from? Because now your heads will be, those of you who have learnt your competencies will be thinking, which one's that one from? Which one's that one from? I need to be able to answer that one to make sure I cover off everything in that value or competency. There might be a bit of a lag with the comments, or some of you might be thinking, actually, Brendan, I don't have a clue. So how about this? Transparency as a value. doesn't have different levels, but it does talk about making difficult decisions. Paul is saying, I've no idea which CVF, but I'd focus on the answer. Good, yes. Structure and detail. Answer the question. Answer the question. Don't focus on the competency or value. So you're absolutely right, Paul. Good, good. So because transparency talks about decision making and being accountable for your decisions. Analyze critically talks about analysing information from a variety of sources in order to make decisions. And the value of impartiality talks about weighing up the pros and cons in order to make good decisions. You see, it's not that easy, is it? It's not as easy as you think, focusing on the competencies. And there might be matrix marking you, especially if it's an in-force interview for police constable, or whether you're actually in the service already. They might actually have a matrix in front of them that's got behaviours from impartiality, transparency, and analyse critically. So stop focusing on the competencies. Stop learning your competencies and start having several examples of things that you've done in your life where you've made difficult decisions, overcome obstacles, worked with other people to achieve things, done the right thing, challenged inappropriate behaviour, supported other people who have been struggling. Did I say working with others to solve problems? I think I did. Where you've had to sometimes do things that are the right thing to do, even though the rules might have said do something else. Where you've learnt from your experience because something didn't go to plan. Have several examples of things like that and stop focusing on your competencies. Stop learning your competencies. Answer those in a detailed and structured way. Bring in some emotion into it, how you felt. Make sure that the scenario was challenging, because otherwise, especially at your final interview, they'll listen to it and just go, big deal. Make sure it's challenging. And don't try and make out that everything you touch turns to gold, because it doesn't. It doesn't. And if you do that, you can have an awesome answer. Anyway, folks, there you go. Some Sunday advice for you. And hopefully for those of you in the Facebook group, it makes sense. I'll post this in case you've just joined now. I'll post this and share it so that you can watch it later at your leisure. I'll catch up with you soon. Stay safe, look after each other. And if you're already in the service, police service, in any kind of role, then I love you. You're amazing for what you do. I sincerely love you for what you do. And if you're looking to join the police, kudos to you. Best job in the world. I'll catch up with you soon. Bye bye for now.